Hey, this is Scott from the Southview Farm. I've had this mower, lawn mower, garden tractor, whatever you want to call it. I think this is going to be probably about the third video, maybe fourth video I've had on it. In the previous videos, I've always talked about the starter not working. It takes a couple of times for the starter to engage. Sometimes you won't think it's going to engage at all. Other time, it usually ends up doing it. The actual problem with that starter is that the Bendix sticks. The Bendix is the gear. It's on a little shaft that's kind of got like a grooves in it, kind of like a corkscrew. And when it's energized, that gear threads up those grooves and engages onto your flywheel. And it for some reason this doesn't do that. It just spins. It doesn't thread up the shaft and engage the flywheel, or it takes a few times of turning the key trying to get it to do it. It'll finally do it. And I have taken the starter off before, and I have greased that the Bendix, the little shaft, the little grooves that Bendix threads up the shaft with. I don't know what you call that. And it worked for a little while, and then it quits working. So I just decided next time I'm going to do it, I'm just going to replace the starter. This is our new starter. The screws and stuff are real hard to get to on that starter, so I decided I'm just going to. But John Deere wants, I think they want about $200 and some dollars, maybe more than that, for a starter for this thing. This is just probably one of those Chinese things that you buy off the flea bay or whatever. And but there's our new starter. We're gonna see about replacing it here, see if it takes care of it. So we've got a bolt here that holds this cover on. It's 8mm. So we're going to take that cover off. I don't know if you can see that bolt, but it's just kind of recessed in there. It's easy to find. You might not even have to take this thing off. It just looks like it'll be easier to get to the starter with it off. I've taken this thing off quite a few times. I always have an issue trying to get it off and get it on without breaking it. And it just unsnaps. It's all kind of interlocked in here. It should just lift out if we're lucky. There it is. So what we got here is we've got your starter. We've got to remove this bolt, and there's another bolt just like it on the other side of the solenoid. I don't think I can get it in the camera, but I'm going to start by removing these wires to get those out of the way, and we'll start working on the starter. This big one's 13mm. I thought it was 12. Spending more time getting tools than I am working. There's another wire that I left off. There's 2 wires on here. It comes from your battery, and the other one goes to your switch, or to your, I guess, your key start, ignition switch, I think. Got that one. It's all the wires, I think. Let's see if we can get some of these hard to reach bolts off here. I'm gonna go for the hardest one first, if this is long enough. Might not be long enough. It is 12 millimeter. I did tell you that right. Okay, we got that one loosened up. Let's see if we can't get on this one. It's in here somewhere. I don't even know if I can get my wrench in there to it. So I've had a time here this morning. I've made like 4 or 5 trips to the garage to get to this bolt. And I ended up removing the screw right here off camera because the camera overheated because we're sitting out here in the middle of the sun. Just so I could slide this back. And when I slide this back, you can see the bolt we're trying to get to. I can get it on camera. I can see it. It's right there. It's right behind. It's right there. That's the bolt we're trying to get to. Hopefully we can get this thing taken off before the camera overheats again. But we should just be able to pull this back, and now I can see what I'm aiming for. And I've got the wrong size socket. It's just one thing after another. We get 12 millimeter. Let's try it again here. And it should just pop off here. And everything's getting loose. Oh, yeah, probably like, gosh, probably should have unhooked the battery before we did that. Monday's the 4th of July, so a little early for fireworks. And now we've got the, oh, of course. All right. Let's see here. So we can't get this one out here. Might be easier to get this one with the quarter drive. Let's see here. Not a whole lot of space to move. See if we can hand thread her out of there now. Should be. Come on. Gosh, those are some long screws. long bolts. There it is. Any? Of course, it's all right. There it is. We'll grab this other bolt before we lose it. Try not to cause any more sparks. And this is the Bendix I was talking about. It should, when it should slide up on this shaft when it's engaged. And like I said, you might have to pry it or something. It would. There it comes. Take a screwdriver in there and you can pry it up here. But that's what's not sliding out and hitting the flywheel. And I've oiled it before, greased it before, worked for a little while and it quit. But here's our new one. Let's stick it on here. If I can get my hands in here. Get it started. Okay, we've got it started. Let's see if we can get this one in here and get it started. Gosh. I keep hitting the hot wire. Let's see here. Try this again. Can't hardly get your wrench at either one sides of these bolts. See if I can get it by hand. Got my hands cramping up. There we go. Let's see if we can get this side tightened up. This side tightened up. Alright, I think it's on there. Let's see here. On the last one it was 13 millimeter. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, it's same size. I can get it loose. Alright, let's get a I can't remember which side that thing came around on. I don't guess it matters. Put that way, put old Sparky up here. Flat on, lock, and then our nut. goes there. That little cap back over there. All right. Let's see if it works. Let's put our covers on here. I got a feeling it's gonna work. So this cover here, it slid in like this. Like that right there. And the bottom just slid in there. And a small 8mm. Attached right here. No, now this one's, I always have trouble getting this cover on. Well, usually when I say I have trouble in these videos, it all ends up falling right in place. So, the wiring harness in here that you have to look out for. And then these, that goes in there. And there you go, popped right in. Yep. And you got this one. I'm gonna lock the parking brake there. It should just go right in there. Put a little extension on here. All right, now let's see if it runs. Your fingers crossed. Little choke. It looks like it took care of it. If you all have any questions on this, leave them down in the comments. I answer our comments pretty regularly. I guess the biggest lesson here learned was to either tape up your hot wire or your battery lead that goes down to the starter from the battery. Tape it up or take it off of the battery so you're not having the 4th of July on a early 4th of July. But seems like it it fixed it. This is the first project I'm doing today, and I think I'm going to work on the old John Deere 1020 here after a while. I'll try to make a video on that. But if you like videos like this, hit that subscribe button. The subscribe button really helps out the channel, and we'll see you next time at the Southview Farm.